This is our first really important rut sit of the year, and it's still a little early for the pre-rut, but the reason we chose to come out here and hunt one of our best morning stands is that it was a major temperature drop, about 15 degrees from yesterday morning to this morning. It was about 25 degrees on the way in this morning, which is perfect. Close to 40 yesterday morning, high winds, and we've already been rewarded with 2 young bucks that walked by, a yearling and a 2-year-old. And so we're hoping the mature bucks are active. We're in a cruising area. We're between major bedding on 3 sides, and we're up here on this point, bedding on the end, bedding on the sides, and then we have major food on the other side. We're about 100 yards off of that food, 150 yards, so we're kind of in an X. And this is a good cruising area. We're hoping a mature buck just decides to take a mid-morning stroll when it warms up a little bit. And leaves are falling right now, so it always sounds like something's coming, but we're hoping something big's coming soon. Well, we just concluded our pre-rut sit this morning on October 21st. And this is really our first serious sit that we had. We had 5 bucks, we had a doe and a fawn go by, and that was kind of the activity that we expect with a pre-rut sit. Now pre-rut, it's coming up, you know, we're just at the beginning time of the pre-rut. Pre-rut does not mean that does are coming into heat and bucks are flying all over the place, but what it does mean is that those pre-rut bucks in the morning hours are very active. And we saw bucks today for the first 3 hours. It got late right around 7, and we saw 3 bucks right around 10. The first couple bucks were an hour in, and that's about that time frame. We're usually looking at bucks between 1 and 4 hours after daybreak. We were sitting on a finger ridge where bucks can cruise. They can scent check down below, look for some does, and we really had great conditions. This is really what you expect out of a pre-rut sit. We could have just as easily had some of the monsters come by, but we're hunting a property that was the first time I've been to that stand since May, literally. Haven't been in that stand. It's been prepped and ready. We haven't even been on this property. This is the first time that we're hunting it. The season opened September 15th, so we're about 5 weeks into the season. And we haven't touched this area. So not a surprise we went in, and we had great buck activity. We had great cruising activity, and it was a fun sit. No shots fired, of course, but great pre-rut sit. And if you have those conditions of undisturbed bucks, undisturbed property, undisturbed tree stands, and you're going in on a cold front like we had, and we had about a 15-degree temperature change from yesterday morning. We had a frosty start to the day. I think it was 25 degrees. My toes got numb. We had all the signs of a good sit. We had all the signs of a pre-rut sit. And again, it's not that those bucks are really getting on does that are entering estrus. It's just that they're getting a little bit gamey. They're starting to make some rubs and scrapes. They're starting to be active, especially on these cold front days. If it turns into 80 degrees on Wednesday this week, then you can expect that activity shut down. But right now starts that roller coaster of weather opportunity for you to sit in the woods and hunt those low temperatures, hunt those conditions when the weather breaks, when the extreme weather goes through, when the winds die down. And you have that roller coaster of opportunity that extends all the way through the peak rut and into the post rut, and then it picks up again in the secondary rut. Pre-rut time right now in the woods, great time to take a morning seat. I find that the bucks are active about 3 times more in the morning than they are the afternoon. And then once you get in the peak rut, about 10 days from now, 2 weeks, then we'll be sitting all day in different stands, trying to capture that high value for morning, midday, and evening. But right now, it's a morning. Great morning sits for the pre-rut, and we'll bring it to you throughout the rut. And we're excited about this first sit and seeing 5 bucks. Had a lot of fun.